Our next story is about an artificial sun, a man-made sun. China wants to make it.
China has just created an artificial sun. This artificial sun, created thanks to the application of nuclear fusion, is shaping up to be a major player in the energy sector.
If American companies don't lead on this, then the jobs, the wealth won't develop here, they'll develop in China.
Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, has even stated that this new artificial sun will destroy America and Saudi Arabia's oil empires.
Because it is a power-hungry country in both senses of the term, it needs an unlimited energy source to fuel its expansion, and it wants to be a tech superpower leading the race to develop clean energy.
Is this even possible? Join us as we reveal everything you need to know about China's new artificial sun that can destroy the global oil empire as we know it. East, China's artificial sun. China has been working on a machine that makes heat hotter than the sun. The machine is called Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak, or EAST, and it's sometimes called China's artificial sun. EAST is designed to mimic the process that powers the actual sun, nuclear fusion. If it works perfectly, it could lead to a future with clean, safe, and almost endless energy. The East fusion reactor is in Hefei, which is in the province of Anhui. Today's nuclear power plants use fission to break atoms apart. East, on the other hand, uses fusion, a process in which two lighter atoms join together to make a heavier one, releasing huge amounts of energy in the process. The problem is that for fusion to work on Earth, it needs to be very hot, much hotter than the sun's core. Yet, this is not stopping China. East set a new record in early 2025 when it kept plasma at 120 million degrees Celsius for more than 17 minutes. Just to give you an idea, the sun's core is about 15 million degrees, which means that East is about 8 times hotter. At its core, East is a large donut-shaped machine called a tokamak. Hydrogen gas is heated in this chamber until it turns into plasma. In this state, electrons are stripped from atoms, making a mix of particles that are very charged. Strong superconducting magnets keep this plasma in the air so it doesn't touch the walls of the reactor and cool down. High temperatures keep the plasma in place for a long time. During this time, the hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, which gives off energy. Keeping the plasma steady is one of the hardest parts of fusion energy. Scientists are getting closer to solving this problem after East made a big step forward by keeping plasma stable for more than 1,000 seconds. It gets easier to build a fusion power plant that can run forever and make electricity without making harmful waste or greenhouse gases the longer plasma can be kept inside. China wants to be the world leader in fusion energy, and East is a part of that plan. The China Fusion Engineering Test Reactor, which aims to generate real electricity from fusion within the next few decades, is also being shaped by what it has learned from East. This technology could change the world's energy markets forever if it works. Fusion power has a lot of advantages over the energy sources we use now. It doesn't give off carbon pollution like fossil fuels do, so it won't make climate change worse. It doesn't make radioactive waste that lasts a long time like modern nuclear reactors do, so there is no chance of disasters like Fukushima or Chernobyl. And there's no worry about running out like there is with oil or coal because the fuel, hydrogen isotopes, is easy to find in seawater. This could make fusion the holy grail of clean energy, giving countries that master it a huge advantage. China's rapid progress with East raises big questions for the rest of the world. China could be at the top of a new world energy order if it is the first country to make fusion energy work.
Chinese scientists have created temperatures 6 times hotter than the core of our actual sun, potentially unlocking unlimited clean energy while Western competitors fall behind.
Fusion energy isn't ready for everyday use yet, even though East has done a lot of great work. These reactors still use more power than they make, which means they can't make electricity properly right now. But experts are getting closer to solving this problem with each new step forward. The next step is to make a reactor that can keep fusion processes going long enough to make more energy than it uses. If fusion power becomes practical, It could completely change the way the world is powered. Let's find out what this change entails in the next chapter. How China's artificial sun can destroy America and Saudi's oil empire. China's artificial sun, East, could change the way energy is used around the world. If China can successfully make nuclear fusion commercial, it could stop using fossil fuels, which would make oil and gas almost useless. Both the US and Saudi Arabia are big players in the world oil market, so that would be bad for them. The world economy is dominated by fossil fuels. According to the US Department of Energy, the US spent $400 billion on oil imports in 2023 and made $326 billion from oil exports. These numbers show how much the world still depends on oil and gas. But if China perfects fusion energy and makes it generally available, the need for oil could drop, which would destroy economies that were built around it. In a post-oil world, it might be hard for countries like Saudi Arabia to survive because oil sales are such a big part of their economy. Fusion energy is clean, can be used over and over, and is very powerful. As much energy can be made from 1 gram of fusion fuel as from 11 tons of coal. If China can figure out how to make fusion energy work, it won't have to rely on oil, natural gas, or even renewable energy sources like the sun and wind. China could change the way the world trades in its favor if it doesn't need oil. China gets a huge amount of oil from places like Russia and Saudi Arabia right now, but if fusion energy gets rid of the need for oil, China could stop importing it altogether. That would send shockwaves through the oil market, lowering prices and making economies that depend on oil exports less stable. Since the US produces a lot of oil, it would also be affected by the fact that energy companies are having a hard time making money. The change in the economy wouldn't just affect countries with lots of oil. It would also have an effect on sectors that use fossil fuels, like production and transportation. When fusion-powered options come out, planes, ships, and trucks that use oil-based fuels will be out of date. That means that companies like ExxonMobil and Shell that have put money into standard energy sources could see their stock prices drop. China could control the future of world power if it becomes the leader in nuclear energy. Chinese companies could decide who gets cheap, endless energy and who doesn't if they come up with and patent the best fusion technology. China could have a huge impact on world politics, trade deals, and even military policy if it had that much power. Fusion energy could help companies like Huawei and BYD grow even more, making their goods cheaper and more competitive on the global market. These companies already lead the way in technology and electric vehicles. People in general would be affected by the switch to fusion energy, not just world politics. The price of energy could go down a lot if fusion power becomes the main source of power. Fusion could cut the cost of energy around the world by 30% by 2040, which would mean lower bills for people and companies. That would be great for customers, but terrible for standard energy companies because they would have a hard time competing. Also, it's not clear if China would share this technology. Some experts think China could use fusion energy as a political tool to keep rivals dependent on fossil fuels while giving cheap energy to friendly countries. That could lead to a new kind of Cold War in which power is based on energy rather than weapons. The US and its allies might have to follow China's energy policies if they don't quickly build their own fusion reactors. The final chapter discusses how America is trying to create their own artificial sun. America's attempt at creating an artificial sun. The US isn't going to just sit back while China makes big moves in fusion energy. America is working hard to catch up. The goal of making a fully functional artificial sun is being worked on by a number of projects backed by both the government and private businesses. It hasn't been easy, though. While China's East reactor has kept plasma going for more than 1,000 seconds, the US has been working more slowly and in different places. New breakthroughs, on the other hand, show that the US might not be so far behind after all. In 2022, scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory achieved something very important. They got a net gain of energy from a fusion reaction. It meant that for the first time, more energy was produced than put in. But there was a catch. It lasted only for a second. Sustained reactions like the ones China is working on are the target. To fix this, the US has been putting a lot of money into research, and the American Fusion Act wants to give fusion development a huge $50 billion boost. This includes tax breaks for new businesses, funding for national labs, and working together with private companies to move things along faster. In the United States fusion race, private companies are very important. A new company called Commonwealth Fusion Systems, which has Jeff Bezos' support, has raised more than $1.8 billion to build a commercial fusion plant by 2030. General Atomics has also been in the news for breaking through the Greenwald limit, which has been a problem in fusion studies for a long time. They were able to raise the density of the plasma by 20% while keeping the quality of the plasma the same.
We're going to take two particles, and if you smash them together hard enough, they release net energy. And that's what we do. We want to smash together a lot of particles and make a lot of energy.
This is very important because keeping the plasma at a high density is needed for fusion to work in the real world. Helion Energy and TAE Technologies are two other companies that are also making progress. They are each trying a different way to solve the biggest problems in fusion. MIT has also done a lot of work on fusion science. They have been working on a superconducting magnet that can work at high temperatures. This magnet could change the way reactors are built in a big way. Plasma can be held in place better when the magnetic field is stronger. This makes fusion processes more stable and last longer. If this technology works as planned, it could give the US an edge in the race for the use of fusion power commercially. There are also a lot of talented people coming into the fusion industry. In just a few months, the number of people working in fusion has grown by 20%. There are still problems in the US, even though private companies are making progress. China's fusion efforts are organized and backed by the government as a whole, but the United States' efforts are spread out among many groups and funding sources. Fusion research gets about $600 million a year from the US Department of Energy. This money is spread out among a lot of different projects. China, on the other hand, has been putting more than $1 billion a year into its East reactor alone. Some experts say the US might not be able to keep up without a more focused national strategy. The race to make fusion power isn't just about energy. It's also about how power and technology will work in the future around the world. China is ahead at the moment, but the US is making real progress. America's artificial sun might not be as far away as some think. This is because the government and private sector are putting a lot of money into fusion research. New discoveries are being made in plasma stability and reactor design, and the number of people working in fusion is growing. The rise of Xpeng motors. It finally happened. The dream of flying cars, something we once thought only existed in science fiction movies, is now real. China has done it. They've introduced the world's first ever flying car, a functioning, groundbreaking reality, not just a wild concept.
This is definitely very exciting. This has been in the works for over 10 years. Actually, the predecessor of Huitian is actually older than Xpeng itself.
I'll leave that to sink in for a moment because we're about to witness a huge shift in how we move, live, and think about transportation. This is not just another electric car or a flashy tech gadget. It's the first serious step toward a new way of life, and it's happening in China. Now, why does this even matter so much? Well, think about it. We've all been stuck in endless traffic, wasting hours in our cars, trapped in a system that hasn't changed much in decades. Roads are crowded, cities are growing, and we're spending more time than ever just getting from one place to another. But what if you could rise above all that? What if you could skip the road, take to the skies, and get to where you need to be without hassle? That's what China's flying car promises, and it's set to change everything. But who's behind this revolutionary leap? Before we reveal the incredible flying car, let's delve into the story of Xpeng Motors and discover how they've brought the Xpeng X2 to life. Xpeng Motors is a company making waves in the world of transportation.
This is the X2, a battery-powered aircraft known as an eVTOL, which can take off and land vertically.
Known for its cutting-edge electric vehicles and innovative technology, Xpeng Motors leads the charge toward a cleaner, smarter future. One of Xpeng Motors' key strengths is its focus on technology. The company is known for incorporating cutting-edge technology into its vehicles, making them stand out in the competitive electric vehicle market. Xpeng Motors was co-founded in 2014 Guangzhou, China, by He Xiaopeng, a former senior executive at Alibaba, and Xia Heng, a former senior executive at GAC Group, alongside other tech entrepreneurs. The company started with a clear vision: to create smart electric vehicles that would be environmentally friendly and packed with the latest technology. The founders of Xpeng Motors had a background in technology and business, giving them a unique perspective on revolutionizing the automotive industry. They wanted to combine their knowledge of tech with their passion for cars to build innovative and practical vehicles. And now, their leadership has steered Xpeng Motors to become a global player in the electric vehicle market, and now, in the flying car sector. This forward-thinking approach is not just about making cars, it's about creating a new way to travel. Xpeng's leaders constantly push the boundaries, explore new technologies, and challenge the status quo to offer groundbreaking products like the Xpeng X2. You may not know, but from its inception, Xpeng Motors focused on developing electric vehicles that could compete with traditional gasoline-powered cars. The company aimed to make electric vehicles more appealing to a broader audience.
Technology combined with mobility in auto is where we think the future is going to be.
By offering advanced features, high performance, and stylish designs. One of the main reasons Xpeng Motors stands out is its commitment to cutting-edge technology. The company invests heavily in research and development to ensure its vehicles are at the forefront of innovation. So in 2018, they introduced their first model, the Xpeng G3, an electric SUV. The G3 was designed to be a smart, connected vehicle with features like a large touchscreen interface, advanced driver assistance systems, and over-the-air software updates. It was a significant step towards proving that electric vehicles could be practical and exciting. However, as Xpeng Motors gained traction, the company expanded its product lineup. It began to build a strong reputation in the electric vehicle market. They introduced the Xpeng P7, a sleek electric sedan, further cementing their position as a leader in the EV industry. Xpeng vehicles are equipped with advanced technology features such as autonomous driving capabilities, smart navigation systems, and large digital displays.
The most interesting thing about this car, of course, is the NGP function, the autonomous driving function.
The company's cars are designed to provide a seamless and intuitive driving experience, with features that enhance safety and convenience. Unarguably, Xpeng Motors is a pioneer in autonomous driving technology. Their vehicles have advanced driver assistance systems with features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking. These systems use a combination of cameras, sensors, and AI to help drivers navigate safely and confidently. Also, Xpeng's vehicles can receive over-the-air updates, allowing the company to continuously improve the car's software without requiring a visit to a dealership. This means that Xpeng owners can benefit from new features and improvements even after they've purchased their vehicle. As Xpeng Motors grew, the company expanded its presence beyond China and began to make a mark on the global stage. It is no news that Xpeng Motors has started to enter international markets, including Europe and the United States. The company's expansion into these regions demonstrates its ambition to become a global player in the electric vehicle industry.
You need to have competitive products that customer desires. So that's why we're introducing the P7 and G9, which we believe are very competitive products in Europe. We also have plans to roll out our next generation product, G6, probably sometimes next year, to European customers.
In 2020, Xpeng Motors debuted in the European market by introducing the Xpeng G3 SUV in Norway. The company has since been working to expand its presence in other European countries, bringing its innovative electric vehicles to a broader audience. But as if that is not enough, Xpeng Motors is also eyeing the US market, with plans to introduce its vehicles to American consumers. However, the company's entry into the US market represents a significant step towards achieving its global ambitions. But now, the one you've been waiting for. In addition to its electric vehicles, Xpeng Motors has ventured into the world of flying cars through its subsidiary, Xpeng Aero-HT. This division focuses on developing airborne technology and has created the Xpeng X2, a groundbreaking flying car. According to them, the goal is to create a vehicle that combines the convenience of a car with the freedom of flight. So, with the Xpeng X2, Xpeng Aero-HT takes this commitment to a new level. The X2's VTOL technology and autonomous flying systems represent a significant leap forward in personal mobility. By integrating advanced aerodynamics, electric propulsion, and autonomous navigation, Xpeng Aero-HT sets a standard in the flying car industry.
This is Xpeng's affiliate, which is Xpeng Aero, and this is literally a flying car.
As Xpeng Motors looks to the future, the company is focused on continuing its path of innovation and growth. With its commitment to technology, sustainability, and global expansion, Xpeng is well positioned to play a major role in shaping the future of transportation. By collaborating with technology firms, research institutions, and industry experts, Xpeng can stay at the cutting edge of innovation. This network of partnerships supports the development of new technologies, including those used in the Xpeng X2. But what exactly is this new flying car called Xpeng X2, and how does it work? Let's explain exactly how this flying car works and why it will change everything we know about getting from place to place. The flying car era. The Xpeng X2 is a sleek, cutting-edge vehicle that combines the convenience of a car with the freedom of flight. Think of a car that not only drives like any other but can also take off vertically, glide through the air, and avoid all the congestion below. That's exactly what the Xpeng X2 offers. Now, this isn't just a concept or a prototype, it's a fully functional flying car that's making waves across the globe. Developed by Xpeng Aero-HT, a subsidiary of Xpeng Motors, the Xpeng X2 represents a major leap forward in both automotive and aviation technology. The X2 measures 5,172 mm in length, 5,124 mm in width, and 1,362 mm in height, with a curb weight of 680 kilograms and a maximum payload of 160 kilograms. It is said to be more of a drone-type vehicle than a car. With its compact design and advanced capabilities, the Xpeng X2 is not just an exciting innovation, but a glimpse into the future of personal transportation. At its core, the Xpeng X2 is designed to be a versatile vehicle. It functions like a sleek, high-tech car when you're on the ground. It's built to easily navigate city streets and highways like any conventional vehicle.
It's very good that Xpeng also has chosen to go for zero-emission mobility, so we need to rethink all ways from transport, and this is definitely one of the options that we can see.
Its wheels are designed to handle different road conditions, ensuring a smooth and comfortable ride. But here's where things get truly exciting. When you're ready to take to the skies, the Xpeng X2 transforms into a flying machine. With the push of a button or through its advanced control system, the car's rotors or propellers extend, and it lifts off vertically. This means you don't need a runway or a large open space to start flying. The car can hover, soar, and glide above traffic, making your commute faster and more efficient. This dual ability is what sets the Xpeng X2 apart from other vehicles. It's not just a car with some flying capabilities. It's a fully functional vehicle that can seamlessly switch between driving and flying modes. This flexibility is key to making flying cars a practical option for everyday use. But that's not all. In fact, we're just getting started. One of the most impressive features of the Xpeng X2 is its vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL technology. Unlike traditional aircraft, which require long runways for takeoff and landing, the Xpeng X2 can lift off and touch down vertically. This is achieved through its innovative rotor design and advanced engineering. You may wonder how this works. When you're ready to fly, the Xpeng X2's rotors extend from its body. These rotors generate lift, allowing the car to rise straight into the air. This vertical takeoff means you can leave from practically anywhere, be it a crowded urban street or a small parking lot.
The model is intended for short trips within a city area, and the company says it does not emit any carbon dioxide during flight.
The same technology allows it to land as easily, making it incredibly versatile and convenient. The VTOL feature eliminates the need for large, dedicated landing strips or runways, making urban flying feasible. It also adds flexibility and convenience that traditional aircraft can't match. Thanks to this groundbreaking technology, you can navigate dense cityscapes and avoid traffic jams by taking to the sky. Another standout feature of the Xpeng X2 is its autonomous flying technology. This advanced system makes flying the car as easy as driving it on the road. You don't need to be a skilled pilot to operate the Xpeng X2. The car's autonomous systems handle the complexities of flying. This is possible because the Xpeng X2 is equipped with sophisticated sensors, GPS systems, and artificial intelligence that work together to manage flight. These systems constantly monitor the environment, calculate the best flight paths, and adjust the car's real-time movements. The AI can navigate obstacles, avoid other flying vehicles, and ensure a smooth flight. Interestingly, autonomous flying technology also includes collision avoidance features. The car's sensors detect potential hazards and automatically adjust its flight path to avoid them. This means the Xpeng X2 can fly safely and efficiently, even in busy or complex environments. This technology provides a stress-free experience for the driver, allowing you to enjoy the view while the car takes care of the flying. What's more, the Xpeng X2 is powered by an electric propulsion system, which is a major factor in its performance and environmental benefits. This system includes electric motors that drive both the wheels and the rotors. The car's highly efficient electric motors provide smooth and quiet operation, whether the Xpeng X2 is driving or flying. These motors are powered by advanced batteries that offer a good range for driving and flying.
You can see it's very spacious. It holds 2 people comfortably. Here's the joystick. There's a simple joystick for directional control and an up-down button just for changing altitude. So essentially, if you can fly a drone with 2 thumbs, you can fly this.
Using electric power reduces the need for fossil fuels, making the Xpeng X2 a more sustainable option for transportation. Because it runs on electricity, the Xpeng X2 produces 0 emissions during operation. You would agree that this is a significant advantage over traditional gas-powered vehicles and aircraft, contributing to air pollution. The Xpeng X2's electric propulsion system supports efforts to reduce carbon footprints and promote cleaner, greener transportation. Also, you can always trust your journey to be smooth and seamless because inside the Xpeng X2, you'll find a high-tech, user-friendly interior designed to make every journey enjoyable. The car is equipped with state-of-the-art displays that provide real-time information about the vehicle's status, including speed, altitude, and navigation. These displays keep you informed and in control, whether driving or flying. The interior is designed for comfort, with plush seating and an intuitive control system. The cockpit is designed to be both functional and stylish, making the Xpeng X2 a pleasure to drive and fly. What makes this super interesting is that the Xpeng X2 is built using innovative materials that enhance its performance and durability. So, the car's structure is made from lightweight, high-strength materials that reduce weight without compromising strength. This is crucial for efficient flight and smooth driving. The materials used are also designed to withstand the stresses of flying and driving, ensuring the Xpeng X2 is durable and reliable. By now, I'm sure you must be dreaming of seeing yourself in this high-tech revolutionary car. And you can't agree less that the Xpeng X2 represents a significant step toward the future of transportation. Its combination of driving and flying capabilities, advanced technology, and environmental benefits positions it as a leading example of what's possible in personal mobility. So, when can we expect this groundbreaking vehicle to hit the market? And what steps is Xpeng taking to make it a reality, so that you can at least stop dreaming and experience the fun in reality? The roadmap to reality. It is no news that the Xpeng X2 has generated immense excitement since its announcement, with many people eagerly anticipating its arrival. While a specific launch date for the general public has yet to be set in stone, Xpeng Motors has provided some insights into the expected timeline and their plans to bring the X2 to market.
Vice Chairman and President of Xpeng stated, Xpeng X2's public display in Dubai represents a significant milestone for the Xpeng Aero HT and the international achievement of flying cars.
However, Xpeng Aero HT has been working on the Xpeng X2 for several years, focusing on developing and refining the technology needed for a functional flying car. Initial prototypes have been tested extensively to meet safety and performance standards. These tests are crucial for addressing technical challenges and ensuring the vehicle can perform reliably in both driving and flying modes. However, obtaining regulatory approvals is one of the biggest hurdles in bringing the Xpeng X2 to market. Flying cars must meet aviation and transportation authorities' rigorous safety and operational standards. Xpeng Aero HT is working with regulators to ensure the X2 complies with all necessary regulations. This process involves detailed assessments, certifications, and approvals, which can take time but are essential for ensuring the vehicle's safety and legality. However, there is good news. Xpeng Motors has hinted at the possibility of launching pilot programs and accepting pre-orders before the full public release. These programs allow a select group of customers to experience the Xpeng X2 firsthand and provide valuable feedback. By involving early adopters, Xpeng can make final adjustments and improvements based on real-world usage and ensure that the vehicle meets customer expectations. So, while Xpeng Motors has yet to provide a specific release date, industry experts speculate that the Xpeng X2 could become available to the public sooner than we expected. The exact timing will depend on the completion of regulatory processes, successful pilot programs, and the readiness of production facilities. Xpeng is committed to ensuring that the X2 is thoroughly tested and ready for safe, everyday use before it becomes widely available. However, you can tell that the Xpeng X2 represents a major leap forward in personal transportation, and the excitement surrounding its development is palpable. The prospect of a vehicle that can seamlessly transition between driving and flying is capturing the imagination of people worldwide. The race is on, and the next few years will be very important for deciding who wins. Do you think China's artificial sun can destroy America and Saudi Arabia's oil empires? Kindly share your answers, thoughts, and opinions in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel to enjoy more videos like this. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.